guys, welcome to my 1 week postpartum update and my 1 week update on little Bradley here. So if you guys haven't watched my labor and delivery video, please check that out. I will link it below. But this is going to be an update on how I am doing and Bradley, how we are both doing a week out. So we are almost a week exactly out from having him. I think it was like a week and a day. He was born on January 24th and today is February 1st. So I will start off with, I guess, talking about me and then I'll talk about the baby. But my whole recovery was awesome. I did have an unmedicated labor and delivery, so I think that really helped a lot with recovering. I did not tear. I did not have any stitches or anything going on down there. I think it's because I only pushed for 7 minutes. I think my body was just like nice and relaxed and open and just pushed them out, which was great. So I have had really like not a lot of pain down in that area at all, which was great. And that fun problem that I was having before that I talked about with everything being swollen down there went away immediately, basically, after I had him. So it looked better down there postpartum than what it did when I was pregnant, which is interesting. Bleeding has been, I think, less with my second birth than my first. I didn't have that much bleeding until a couple days ago, but I'll talk about that in a second. What else? I'm just doing really well. I'll have to put in a belly shot at the end of what I look like a week out. But I'm feeling really good, just tired from having a newborn, obviously. But my recovery was really good. The only, I guess, difficult part of my recovery was having postpartum cramping. I did not have any with my first, with David. I had no cramping at all postpartum. With Bradley here, I had a ton of postpartum cramping the day after he was born or the day that he was born. I don't know, it's kind of hard because he was born so early in the morning. I felt like that whole time we were in the hospital was like a day kind of. But I had a ton of cramping. I had to take some Motrin for that. I didn't take any pain medication. And that, I feel like it was really bad the first day and then got better the second day. And then I think the third day I didn't have any cramping. But it definitely got worse when I nursed him, but that was actually for the best because your uterus contracts and goes down with all of the cramping. So it's actually beneficial for you to breastfeed and it helps your recovery move along a lot faster. We were only in the hospital for I think 28 hours or something like that because I had him really early Sunday morning, so we had him at 3 in the morning and we went home Monday at like 5 o'clock in the evening. So we were not in the hospital very long at all, and that was awesome because we were both doing so well. They said that you can just leave the next day, so that was great. As I was saying, my bleeding has been pretty minimal up until yesterday, so that would have been exactly a week postpartum. My bleeding was starting to like taper off a little bit, and I really wasn't having very much bleeding. And then all of a sudden yesterday, I was sitting on the couch and experienced a huge gush of blood. It was really scary. I felt kind of weird like when it happened, and I definitely filled up like an entire pad in like one gush, and then I filled like maybe half a pad in the minutes after that. So of course I was freaking out about that. I ended up calling the OBGYN office and talking to the nurse on call, and she told me I needed to go to the ER. So I was having bright red blood like that, and with all the like amount that it was, she told me I needed to go to the ER. So we had to go to the emergency room and spend a couple hours there yesterday, which wasn't very much fun at all. But turns out that was just a random weird occurrence. They did a sonogram just to make sure there wasn't anything like remaining in the uterus that would have like caused that to happen. And they also did an internal exam and some blood work, and everything came back completely fine. And I was discharged, and they just said it was just a weird thing that happened, and hopefully I won't be getting any more bleeding. And ever since then, my bleeding has been like really minimal, so that's kind of funny, and I feel kind of stupid by going to the emergency room, but I'm glad that I got checked out because better to be safe than sorry with postpartum bleeding. It can get kind of scary. So that's really all about me. I'm doing really well. I'll talk about little Bradley here. I think I mentioned this in the birth video that he was 8 pounds and he was 20 3/4 of an inch long. When we left the hospital, he went down to about 7'12", I think, and then at his appointment, which would have been I think 5 or 6 days, when he was 5 or 6 days old, he was up to 8 pounds 6 ounces. So he gained a bunch of weight in his first like 6 days of life, which is just insane. He is exclusively breastfed. We are doing pretty well with that. He latched on right away pretty much after birth, and he definitely loves the boob. We've had a little bit of latching problems in the last couple of days where he doesn't want to seem to latch very well, but breastfeeding overall is going pretty well. I did have really bad, and still kind of have really bad sore nipples. So I've been dealing with that this time. Last time I didn't have that, I think because I used the nipple shield for so long. And I used that in the beginning, that it kind of, decreases the amount of suction that's on your nipples. But definitely struggling with some nipple pain and engorgement, which the engorgement is starting to go down now, which is great, because I was in a lot of pain with my boobs the past couple of days, but I'm hoping that's all behind me and better boob days are to come. But yeah, little Bradley is doing awesome. He has given us some pretty good stretches of sleep. Last night he slept for like 5 hours in a row, which was awesome. But yeah, he tends to be awake in the evening, which is kind of frustrating, like when I want to go to bed and I'm just exhausted from the day. So at like 9, 10 o'clock at night he's awake, and then we'll go to bed at like around 11 o'clock is when he'll start to get a little bit drowsy, and like we'll put him to bed. But I really wish that he would let us put him to bed at like 9 o'clock, because I would love to go to bed at that time, because I'm just so tired. I think that's really about it. I mean, he just like eats, he sleeps, and he poops, and that's it. He's very chill. He's really only upset or cranky or crying when he's hungry, really. That's about it, or when he wants to be held. And he's pretty much held all day by either me or my husband or friends and family that come over and visit, so that's good. I guess I can do a quick little update on how David is coping with everything. It has been kind of a hard situation with David. David's 2 years old. He's 2 years and a month old, so he's 25 months old. It was a little bit hard for him at first. In the hospital, he did not do well with visiting at all. I think he was scared. He didn't really know what was happening. He didn't really want to like look at me or for me to hug him. I think he was scared and didn't want to be there, so that did not go well. The second day he came, he did a lot better. And then it's just been progressively getting better after that. But he's definitely having a little bit of a difficult time adjusting, which is to be expected. But he does love his little brother now and gives him kisses and likes to touch his hair and touch his nose. So we're making some progress. So I think overall David's doing really well, but it has definitely been an adjustment. And it's hard going from 1 kid to 2 kids. And my husband he was able to take 2 weeks off of work, so he has a week of vacation left, and I am just dreading the day that he is going to go back to work, because I am terrified to be home alone with a newborn who is nursing all the time and a crazy toddler who is throwing things and wants attention. So if you guys have any advice for me, I would love to hear about how you guys manage all of your multiple babies and how you, I guess, carry on your day-to-day with 2 little ones. I'd love any advice or suggestions or any comforting advice or words of advice that you can offer. Please leave them below. Also, if you guys have any questions or anything you want me to cover or future videos that you would like to see, I'm going to try to do another 24 hours with a newborn and a toddler video. I did that with David when he was a newborn, and I got a lot of good feedback on that video, so I'm going to try to do another one soon. We'll see if I can get around to doing that. But that's all for this video, and thank you for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye!